Hello there, and welcome to the basement. Star Wars dropped a bomb on us a few days ago when they announced the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Well, it would seem that isn't the end of the story. So go ahead and smash that like button, and let's do the business. So, this comes from the Bespin Bulletin, and this came out on Wednesday, January 10th. Jon Favreau's The Mandalorian and Grogu movie and Dave Filoni's crossover event film rumored to be part of a trilogy. According to a very reliable Star Wars insider, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie and Dave Filoni's untitled Mandalorian crossover event film are part of a planned trilogy. Before we continue with the news of this would be Bulletin giving you ways to go and support him, which you actually should do. The dude does good work. It is worthy of support. Yesterday was a big news day for Star Wars fans as Lucasfilm officially announced a new movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu, which would see our heroes from the Mandalorian TV series, Din Djarin and Grogu, venture onto the big screen. The film is set to be directed by the Mandalorian creator Jon Favreau, and production is slated to begin later this year. No additional details were shared regarding The Mandalorian and Grogu, not even if it was a retooling of the planned and previously announced fourth season of The Mandalorian, which was originally planned to begin filming in late September 2023, but was delayed into this year due to the Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Deadline, in their coverage of the movie announcement, claimed that the fourth season of The Mandalorian is also being developed in addition to The Mandalorian and Grogu. No other outlets shared this tidbit, and my belief is that the film is a retooling of the originally planned fourth season. There are more details on that, which I will bring to you in a separate video. News of The Mandalorian and Grogu shocked many fans. Dropped on TwitX out of nowhere. But rumors of the fourth season morphing into a feature film started in the summer of 2023. MakingStarWars.net in July were the first to share that Disney and Lucasfilm were considering turning the fourth season of The Mandalorian into a movie, and it was an option being considered by the studios, but was dependent on how greatly impacted the production of the fourth season would be due to the aforementioned strikes. In December, Jeff Snyder shared via his podcast, The Hot Mic, also featuring John Roca, that he'd heard The Mandalorian Season 4 had been turned into a film and that it would be the next Star Wars movie to release in theaters. The next Star Wars movie is due to release May 22nd, 2026. Although technically, this is not in the article, this is just something I know, there is still an open slate for Christmas 2025. Although that's, even if they started production on that movie tomorrow, that'd be damn hard to hit. So, more than likely, 2026, but that slot is still technically there. Just keep that in the back of your minds for, potential future developments. The person that first broke The Mandalorian Season 4 becoming a movie story, Making Star Wars, shared an interesting new detail during his YouTube show yesterday. Making Star Wars revealed that the source that first told him of The Mandalorian Season 4 becoming a movie has now informed him that the film is part of a trilogy. The Mandalorian trilogy would consist of The Mandalorian and Grogu, being directed again by Jon Favreau, the Dave Filoni-directed Mandoverse crossover event film that was announced in April 2023, and an unknown third. My original source who first told me this, Season 4 being a movie, has told me that this is going to be a trilogy, Making Star Wars. Making Star Wars went on to add his own sense of the situation, which is his speculation that the third part of the possible trilogy would only become a reality if The Mandalorian and Grogu was successful at the box office, meaning it can't be bringing in numbers similar to Solo, a Star Wars story, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. If The Mandalorian and Grogu wasn't a success, Lucasfilm and Disney would avoid a third entry, and merely just release the already planned and announced untitled Mandoverse crossover event film set to be directed by Dave Filoni. I'm going to add a caveat, which is just my sense on it, is that it's a trilogy if the first one connects. If the first one, The Mandalorian and Grogu, is a big film, they'll make two more. If the first one doesn't and makes Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny money, then they'll just do the two already announced and wash their hands of it. So quoth Making Star Wars. I guess we have quite a while to wait until we find out if a third entry into the possible trilogy happens, as The Mandalorian and Grogu likely won't release in theaters for just over another 2 years. Either way, it's certainly an exciting update on the feature film front. So what we have here, once again, just to be clear, is rumor and speculation. But it's rumor and speculation that actually makes sense. It makes sense that they would be looking to get back into the trilogy business since that's how the whole thing started. It also makes sense for them to have multiple plans so that they can pivot based on the box office of the previous offerings. The biggest thing they'll have to figure out is this. If the Mandalorian and Grogu movie doesn't kill at the box office, was it because of brand damage? Or was it because the movie just wasn't good? Hopefully they'll be able to figure out what the actual circumstances are and act accordingly. Of course, that would be a novel thing because they have yet to actually do that. Regardless, the mere thought of possibly getting what could be a genuinely quality Star Wars trilogy is enough to make me giddy. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think of the possibility that we'll get a trilogy again? Do you think The Mandalorian and Grogu will even perform well? Does the fact that what could be the first two parts of the trilogy having Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni handling them help with your excitement level at all? While you're sharing your thoughts in the comments, you may as well hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know whenever I drop a video or whenever I do a live stream, which I do every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and remember, there's always a good time to be had when you're chilling in the basement.